Hello everybody and welcome back to my Jungle France series. I want to thank you guys again for all the amazing support. I do apologize I wasn't doing Civ 5 more regularly, more thoroughly, etc, etc. So by the end of part 2 we were taking on quite a bit of weaknesses, but by the end of part 3 we're actually starting to recover from all that. So let's get right back into it. I do think my next game I might try an idea. What, are we allies? How did we get to be allies? Oh, okay. That's actually funny that they're going to war. If I had an abundance of happiness, I could use this opportunity to sell off silver, but I don't think that's a good idea. I was not expecting to hit that. I figured we'd get enough rep. I mean, we're going to lose it in 5 turns, but nevertheless, that's 5 turns that we're going to have 6 culture per turn instead of 3. So that's pretty nice. Don't want to overlook the growth. I want to make sure that's put in the right place. We need the capital to grow, obviously, but at the same time, we've got more expands, a national college, so luckily this city is going to grow quite well. Still haven't decided over here. I mean, we're doing okay with money. Let's get a caravan out next. Maybe that's what the capital will build next. It'd probably be safer to do a caravan under these circumstances anyways. Pardon me. I got a frog in my throat just before I started recording. Usually I throat a little bit of honey to kind of help with that, but I had just brushed my teeth, so that's not such a good idea. Anyways, we do want to curve back, but I also want to get some visibility on the coast before I walk away from it. Oh, it looks like this scout might be forced to come back around Shaka's lands. So this archer is free to do other stuff. Right now there's not really other stuff to be done. So I think what I will do is I will just do a perimeter run of our lands, looking for new camps. Being that this did start life off as a scout, I think that's a good role for him to undertake. And okay, so we got 2 spearmen coming out here. That will be helpful because Shaka does have some units. We knew that already though. So yeah, probably do a trade route next. Get that gold flowing so we can actually afford to buy a tile here as well as library. Typically when I'm going for National College, I buy the library in my newest expand, and of course by the time this gets around to building a library, we'll have some production and whatnot. So yeah. I think once the spearman pops out, what I'll do is I'll use it to defend this city simply because I am going to start improving the tiles there. So that's something. Okay, and now with the jungle off of here, I believe growth in this city is going to be slightly diminished. But that's okay too. All in all, it's coming along, I think. I'm a little unhappy to find out that the land south of Shaka just kind of ends. Yeah. That means he's not going to have too much room to expand. I mean, there's an okay expand spot down here. You know, the incense. It's all desert though. I mean, you get access to 3 wheat. So something like right here would be okay, but you would need your first 4 expands for it to start getting good. I don't know if he would take that, but if we end up doing that, then we could like set up a citadel here with our first general, take his horses. That would piss him off. So that would be way down in the future, where we, at a time when we could afford to expand a city that's not going to get off the ground all that quickly, which I don't even imagine. I can't even fathom what I'm describing here. So anyways, caravan probably going to be a good idea at this point. Yeah, let's do that. Should I drop the city here? I think so. Get one good growth tile anyways. Let's get that monument going, of course. And I don't know what to do with this warrior. I guess the question comes down to, now that that city's established, let's look at what would be the most profitable trade route. I do believe the profitability of trade routes has to do with resource diversity. So for that reason, I wouldn't expect a brand new city to be able to compete with existing ones. Looks like Leon de Onondaga is the place to be. I don't know, I can't imagine what the path would be for that, but I'm guessing let's bring this warrior over here just to have visibility so that either camps will not spawn, or if they do... Oh, this is pretty convenient. Okay, so we'll come up here to... Oh, another city-state. Alright, we'll hit the city-state and then start getting more perfect clearance. That works out pretty well. Alright, now we can finally start getting that on par. I don't want to hand this unit over to Shaka on a silver platter, but at the same time, if I'm going to be scouting our borders, hitting these hills are going to be pretty good, so he should be safe. It only looks like one unit can affect him, so yeah, that's unfortunate because I can't. Okay, this is what earlier in the series, this is a situation where I was in. Because we can't see this now, it says we'd get there in 2 turns, but assuming we can land there after here, we will. That's interesting. Because I do kind of want to end up here, but I'd rather take this path. I guess it won't matter, because I'm going to see everything from this hill that I would see from that hill. Still, I like being able to move one and take a decision. So am I to understand this guy only has the one city? Is that something I can check here? Cities. Alright, so we're France. We have 3 cities, so presumably this is 2, 3. So yeah, Shaka just has the one city. Alright, so that makes me feel a lot better, because that means even in the worst case scenario, the fact that he has an established military makes him less favored in a war, because this is a defensible city. He does have the statue of Zeus, can't forget that, but this is a defensible city, and I simply have greater means of production, let's put it that way. Alright, with the deer tile becoming available, I prefer this for the moment. That'll change in a couple turns when we can finish that sheep tile, but that's not right now. Oh, and look, we'll actually meet the city-state by coming up on this hill. That's good enough for now. They are being ravaged, and they have iron. Okay. Right, okay, so I addressed the deer, I didn't look at the other one. Alright, that's nothing of consequence. All the workers are looking good. Okay, so he does have a catapult, and that means we will need to take his threat more seriously, because he does just have the one city. It looks like he's using his resources to prepare to take more. Which, if that's the case, it's better that he do that now, as opposed to once impies are available, because those things are scary. I do want to look that up real quick. Hope you guys don't mind me doing this during the video. Let's see. Upgrade. Replaces pikemen. Okay, so not until civil service. So we have a little bit of time, but not much. Okay, I feel better about that now. Alrighty. Now he'll start doubling back to kind of stick to our perimeter. We'll leave the proper scouting to the proper scout. Makes sense. Okie dokie. And over here we're just gonna... It looks... Is this a hill? It's not. Okay, so it looks like if we step on this tile, we'll get this tile's visibility, so there's no point in coming in and losing some of our overall mobility. We'll just hop up here, and there we are. Looks like same thing here, so that'll be nice. And before I forget, I noticed that my worker has 1 turn left, so let's just go ahead and do that. And then we will move there. Oh, did we just grow this turn? Yep, sure enough. Okay, I would have put it there anyways, but it looks like the new citizen takes that on. So that's nice. The worker will come over here, put a camp there, and then start working on roads and moving on. Yeah. I mean, eventually we'd want a farm here and a mine here. It's hard to say how far I want to take all that. Okay, so did this guy finish the citrus? It looks like it. I somehow missed that. But that puts our happiness back up. Very good. Get the horses going here. And who knows, maybe come up, do the citrus, do the sheep. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. It does mean that we're probably going to have to... We're actually going to grow a citizen next turn, so this is kind of a timely decision anyways. But it does mean I'm probably going to want to settle up here sooner rather than later. He might take exception to that. And I think when they talk to you about buying a tile is different than talking about settling. So maybe I make 1 more settler before moving on to the National College. That is unfortunate. I don't want tensions with Hiawatha at all. Okay, so he's got visibility here. If I come here, that's going to be a good... once we get the trade route going, we'll see if he'd rather be here. In the meantime, I can just bounce back and forth. I think I'd rather my spearmen here just for visibility's sake. Obviously, that's not going to matter right this second, because, okay, he's got a lot of units. We need to start beefing up military. Okay, well, this city's got to build a library next, and we're probably going to spit out a settler here, but this can start on more military. Like maybe 1 more spearman, and then after the settler, make an archer here or something like that. Because we can't dedicate the production in this city to too much, simply because we want that to be a guild city. But, on the other hand, the city has to stand the test of time and Shaka, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. Alright, so Hiawatha hasn't talked to us yet about buying that tile, so that's decent of him. Okay, and I do want to work that tile. We need to start slowing down the growth of this city and ramping up the production, and that's the only way we're going to be able to do that. If I had another good production tile within the borders of this city, I would make use of it. So maybe eventually buy this tile just to have a mine to help further sink our growth. And that will also get us closer to the iron, which is something we're going to want to do eventually. Okay. It's going to be nice having fuller visibility around our neighbor. Wonder why Shaka didn't just settle down here just to have Ann expand. Although it's kind of nice, because if we can weather the storm, he's getting a lot of units. We got to address that. But if we can weather that storm, he's going to be so far behind in every way because he's only got the 1 city. So I definitely want to focus on military. But I also want to take this expand before Hiawatha can. There's no unique luxuries here. It's just a good city in general. And we would get 3 horse tiles and an iron. That's a very, very valuable location. Whereas the expand I was eyeballing over here would at least get us a unique luxury. So, yeah, maybe not settler. Especially since settler here would also stunt our growth right around the time we're about to grow. So, yeah, let's focus on the military while keeping our long-term sights on the National College in terms of the Empire, and then we'll get a guild going in this city. Pretty good plan overall, I think. So, let's move on. Okay. And there's no camps around here, so that'll be good once that comes to pass. I'm just going to have him fortify. I do want to make an attempt to keep visibility on that at all times, though. Yeah, okay. I think good plan overall. Okay, and second spearman's about to come out, so that's quite good. I'm tempted to move it to where I'd have a spearman here and here. I think that would be more relevant. However, having a spearman here and here makes retreat a more viable option, so perhaps that's the better way to go. Okay, they've made peace, which means we're no longer allies of Monaco. That's fine in terms of happiness. We are going to get less culture from them, but we got quite a bit, so that's not a problem. Okay, this city needs to get to a library ASAP. Oh my goodness, how many cities does this guy have? I hope his borders don't close up before we can get around him, though. That would be unfortunate. Okay, I'll probably have him come up here and then like cut over and cut through. Alright, he was going to make a camp here. Yeah, we'll just keep bouncing back and forth. Maybe once the archer starts coming through, it'll buy us a little bit of flexibility in terms of visibility. Alright, we're going to get our first trade route up. That's quite good. That'll help with science and gold, because we're going to want to save up for being able to buy a library there. And if we're spitting out military, our money's going to be hurting. So there is actually something to be said to take a quick jog over to sailing just to get another trade route. But it looks like I'm going to want the ability to build roads before that. Okay. I think I'm going to build an archer in this city. It'll be out quick. Let's see here. An archer from this hill would be okay, but... Or this hill. Yeah, this hill would be okay. But that would require like another spearman, and I already have an archer that can swoop in and shoot. So maybe a spearman first. Oh, he's got swordsmen already. That is not good. Alright. So my plan of saving up to buy a library might not be viable, because if he's got swordsmen, we're going to need something like composite bowmen to compete. Yeah, his military is kind of scary. I mean, we got the city bombarded, but that's only once per turn. And fortifying within our borders, that's pretty good too. Okay, let's deal with this first. Orleans to Lundy, I definitely do not want that. So Leon to Onondaga it is. Let me take another look at that. Paris to Osaninka is the same. Osaninka is the new one? No, Osaninka's up here. What would that route look like if we took it? Oh, that's unfortunate. Because if it came up through here, I was going to say that's a safer route. And it's got the same yield. And I can launch it this turn. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We can get that going this turn. Warrior's a bit out of place, but, you know, start bouncing through here. We'll have the visibility we need. Sucks that I can't get visibility on that tile. Let's do some radaring now. Okay. We'll keep on going there. And look at that. We have finished marble. And if I'm not mistaken, this one of our cities wanted marble, Lyon. So its growth is going to be buffed. which for that reason I'm going to need a production sink tile, which is what a mine here would do. So I probably will have this worker come down here, do that, and then put a farm here, switch that citizen over here, and cap this out around 6, and then we can start like putting extras into specialist slots or something. Alrighty. So it's either going to be spearman or archer. And I think spearman first, because then we can have 1, 1, 1, and then an archer placed here and an archer placed here. That's a good start. We already have the one archer. So, yeah, we'll do a spearman. I just don't like the way having these extra units is going to start depleting my gold at a time when I could be using that gold for getting National College rolling. Alright, and of course we're getting to the point where another worker would be beneficial. So maybe this archer starts cutting through here, and then this spearman can, like, we can tag team and extract another worker. That's probably going to be the plan. So I think what I'll do is I'll start having the archer cut down through here. That's a good idea. Assuming this warrior establishes that the trade route over here is going to be safe.
There is only
philosophy is finished. Okay, and his cities have visibility here and here, so this really is as far as I need to go. And I have visibility here, so the warrior could literally stay planted here and keep him on alert, and then that trade route should be perfectly safe. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, so because gold is a issue as far as achieving our goal of being able to buy a library, yeah, we kind of have like 10 turns to rectify that, maybe a little bit less. It's not much, so I'm thinking, especially since this worker has stuff to do, let's go with sailing first just to get another trade route out quick. And then we'll go into the wheel and maybe even into construction, because once we do buy the library, maybe we can use that money to upgrade archers. And maybe that's enough to keep Shaka at bay. The problem here is that I kind of don't want to keep Shaka at bay. I want him to attack me and gut his army. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be too weak that I get overwhelmed, but at the same time I don't want to be so strong that he doesn't make the effort. Anyways, let's cut through here. In fact, let's do it this way just for visibility around the city. It's nice that we can still squeeze through here. Oh, it looks like we're gonna be good to go. Because unless this is the coast here, which kind of looks like it can't be, we'll at least have a way to get back around. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. We haven't had any takers for our citrus. And the next citrus we get will in fact be a duplicate. So we need more trade partners. Hopefully this scout, now that it's passed here, will do that. And either this landmass is going to end right here, because that's why we got city-states here and here, or there'll be more over here and we're more central, in which case that scout. So right now our scouts are pretty well poised as far as finding new trade partners, but we do kind of got to stick to that as a long-term goal. The question is, what do I do with this? Because if I'm not mistaken, a camp adds a hammer, right? Yeah, so that, I think I would rather that than the extra citrus right now. Oh, especially since... Okay. I want this citrus to be last. I would do this one first because I don't want to take the jungle away here. It's part of the city's defensibility. This one's going to be getting more citrus here, so it's not that I need the citrus right away. So maybe he does have time to do the camp. I don't know, because if we found another trade partner right now, we'd trade citrus with them if we could, and therefore we'd want the citrus back right away. I think it'll be fine. Let's do the camp first. But I do like the idea of doing the citrus ahead of this one, just to Oh, that is so welcomed. I was so afraid he was going to be upset with... it must be because of the trade route we established. So afraid he was going to be upset that we bought that tile. That's really good, because now if I do send a settler there, it probably won't be all that upsetting to him. Also starts a golden age. Golden age is by happiness. And we're in the process of expanding. The only reason not to take this policy right now is if you're going to clip a natural golden age, but we're nowhere close. And we're really going to be testing the limits of happiness. So that's another reason why a city here would actually be okay, because at least it would be eligible for a circus. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the way to go. I'm not so sure the golden age right this second's all that important. We don't have roads up yet. So, but we will be getting them soon. Nevertheless, golden age has spawned. And what does that mean again? Every tile in your empire that produces at least 1 gold produces 1 extra. Cities that gain plus 20% production and an empire-wide culture increase. And of course the policy itself makes the next. So we'll have a special person, a great person to choose soon. Which in the case of the capital would probably be a scientist right here. I haven't been looking. I don't think there's any wonders we would benefit from terrifically at this point. So it would probably be a great scientist. The sooner we can get technological superiority over Shaka, the sooner, like, he's just not going to matter. He's got spices and furs, though. That's 2 unique luxuries. Who knows? Maybe he starts a war and we take his capital. So, kinda, I wish he would plant another city so that we wouldn't wipe him out if that's what we did. Okay, I had totally forgotten that this city was going to be freed to produce stuff for us also. So I already have units coming down here to pick up another worker, so I don't need to build a worker. And I was building a spearman here, so yeah, I'll have the city build an archer. Yeah. And then at that point, I think we'll be a little bit okay as far as military goes for the time being. Not ideal, but a good starting point. Oh, good, another trade partner. And where might you be, sir? Oh, he's inside the border, okay. And his city's way up here. That's his capital, in fact. But he appears to be on a different landmass. I mean, it's possible. Pangea doesn't mean everything's contiguous. I wonder how much he covets this land here. Anyways, and this does look like the coast, so I'll probably get away with standing up on this hill here for visibility, and then I can cut through. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, work on a camp. Other workers, let's see. We are ready for horses, and we've met some new people, and yet it says Hiawatha's the only one that would be interested. He's our friend now, though, so we can do some lump sums, which is very nice given the problem we were facing before. That actually means putting out another trade route's not essential, but we're already on that track, so I can't see it being problematic. In fact, I'll probably build the next one in this city, because this is where it would launch from anyways, and maybe the capital's got more important things to do. Like a circus, perhaps. Or even another settler. Well, no, because we wouldn't want to... We could pre-build a settler. We'll be at 6 pop. That's not a bad idea. Pre-build a settler so that as soon as National College is finished, we can spit it out. Or spit it out and have it start heading that way, because it's going to take a while, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not that long. National College would almost certainly take longer than that. So yeah, he's fine right where he's at. Things to be thinking about, right? And that is the half-hour mark, so I will be wrapping up this segment here. I want to thank you guys all for joining me. I hope it's enjoyable for you. I appreciate all the support you've been giving me. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.